what's this podcast called?
The Nail Shop.
The Nail Shop. Okay. Hold on. I need to know where I'm at.
We're at the Nail Shop.
Okay. So I'm Shay Ortiz.
Nice to meet you, Shay.
Hey, girl. And you are?
I'm Callie.
Californication.
That is me. That is me.
Okay. So
Don't stalk me, though. But if you say hi, I'll say hi back.
just a polite hello.
Hello. That's the most you probably get
Well,
on a bad day.
Wendy Williams, and when she was in her days, she would go shopping at Target and grocery shopping and like go to the mall and stuff, and she didn't want you to talk to her. You could wave.
Wendy Williams?
You could wave to her, but
I've seen her before.
She does not. I went to her high school.
Really?
Yeah, we went to the same high school, me and Wendy Williams, Ocean Township High School on Highway 35.
I've seen her one time in Target.
But with her
on Route 10. It was like in West Orange.
Yeah, that's where she lived.
Girl, she was tall. She was tall. Like, and I was sitting there, I was like, wow, I didn't know she was that tall. She was on the register, like, had her little sunglasses on. Everyone was like, I'm like, oh shit. I was like, damn, her shoulders is broad. Like, she's tall.
Yeah, do not talk to her. She doesn't want to be talked to.
I never went up to her. I'm like,
no, she doesn't want people talking to her.
She's about to tackle me.
You can take a picture. You can say, good morning, Miss Wendy, and you can keep it moving, but do not ask for an autograph. This was before, so I'm sure maybe things have changed now.
Oh, absolutely.
And then one other thing that she would do is if she was at a restaurant, like with a friend, like eating, if you know her, do not walk up to her and ask her like, hey, how are you? Can I sit with, do not even make eye contact. Mm-hmm. That is her lunch date with that person.
Oh, well, I met, and I'm talking to one of her close friends because she's supposed to help me in my, like, kick off my acting.
Your trajectory?
Yeah, my acting career. She's going to help me take that off. So that was awesome to get to.
When did that happen, though? Recently?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, well.
She's the one that I took all my headshots with.
Oh, wait, is this from the little plug that I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, people know people. Okay, so one of the plugs that I sent you from my balloon person.
It's the whole trajectory. Shit went the wrong way. It traveled. It was like a rock in a puddle, like, and you threw it, and it shit.
You said, "Do you know anyone who does headshots?" I said, "Let me find out." So I asked my balloon decorator person, and she's really, really good. Her name is Kay, and I cannot remember her handle, but she does like Dunkin' Donuts, Lowe's, Home Depot, Juneteenth.
Did you break a nail?
I sure did. I glued it.
I can't help it because like whenever I go straight to the nail.
But I glued it 4 days ago. It's still holding.
Girl, what?
So I break like 2 to 3 nails per session.
I usually do her nails.
So
we're in the nail shop. So
I usually break 2 to 3 nails. And something about by the time I break a 4th nail, I just would have to take them off and do a full set, right? But I'm always like right on that border. Like it's just going to be 3 nails usually. And I don't have to.
But so far you only got 1. And it looks like it's time for a fill-in soon. So hopefully you can make it without breaking too hard.
But I did like the Sailor Moon set. It was really fun. You were right. It did need to be encapsulated because
catching on to everything.
The gems were catching on stuff. But it's still cool. It's still cool. And I'm glad I took my little TikToks and stuff when I first got them done, because then they started breaking after that.
See, Troy, I didn't do her nails this time. This is Troy. Yeah.
We were just trying to do something. Trying to be different.
Definitely different. It was very cute. It was very creative. He went out the box with it.
Yes.
And he's getting so much more comfortable stepping out of his box. And I love the growth. That was for you, Troy.
The growth, personal growth. But I need some pictures on your Instagram, baby. Like, you do nails, but you don't take pictures.
What is that? What is that?
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I'm
tired. Never tired. Take a picture. Take
a picture, send them to me. I'll do your collages for you. You don't even have to do nothing.
You got a personal assistant right there, free and everything. I'd hop on that.
Oh my goodness.
If I could get that, I'd hop on that.
You might end up needing to.
Right? The shit I do. I do too much. I love doing a lot though. Is that weird? Is that like a type of defense mechanism or something that I like to keep
Ooh.
busy
But
to
I
keep my mind off of.
okay, so
Yeah,
I feel like it's part of like the Libra erraticness where like
definitely.
we got like 16 different piles, but we know exactly what's in each pile. But when other people see it, they're like, that's messy. And you're like, no, no.
No, I know what I'm doing. Like I know what I'm doing. It's just I like to do more than one thing. Some people like to just focus, but at the Libra, we can multitask. Like we can be everywhere at once at the same time, but yet still know how to keep a balance. We're a scale. We will always be balanced no matter where we're going. Our scale may tip a little bit on one day, but we always focus our attention.
Yeah, that's my husband's problem. He can only do like one thing at a time. Like, you have to learn how to walk and chew gum because you're killing me right now.
I'm like, come
You're
on.
killing me. You do one thing at a time. You're slow. You do it wrong. You don't follow directions.
But
Like,
that's men. Isn't that just men? Isn't that their just like their MO? They're part of their whole species. They
I
just can't.
I just think that he was never men, maybe like people who aren't challenged in their youth to multitask when they become adults, they don't feel the need to multitask. They don't see it as
Mm,
advantageous. They see it as, oh, that's for them other people. But if you have to multitask as a youth, you have
it's
that work
instilled in
ethic.
you.
Yeah, like I feel like that
Yeah.
becomes part of your work ethic that comes out as part of like what you're going to be doing as an adult,
I can see that.
right? But like, say for example, my husband, he has two parents, a sibling, a dog, a house. Like, he has like a nuclear family setup. So he has no reason to necessarily work hard or to deviate from the schedule that is played out in front of him.
But I grew up that way.
Yeah, you did. I guess so. But because your parents are Caribbean, and I feel like Italians, they have like something different.
Well, maybe I don't know.
And your parents are immigrants too.
Yeah, and I don't know because my parents are mad chill, but they do what they have to, and they're hardworking, and they don't take no for an answer. Like they're gonna get what they want because they're gonna work hard for it regardless, and they like to prove people wrong. Like
Oh, okay.
so, I don't know if that's the thing because I have that in me too. Like you said, what I can't do what?
Yeah.
Just watch.
I guess
I bet.
maybe I guess it's all just time and place and circumstance.
Yeah, that is
But
true.
you have to be able to multitask. So I'm saying all that to say, please take pictures of your nails, Troy.
Because my mom can't multitask. She can't. She can't. Like I'm terrified of her driving. Like if she's driving, he likes to look all over. She's like, "Oh, I'm aware of my surroundings." I'm like, "No, sis, you can't. You're horrible at multitasking." Like if I'm
You put
driving,
your kids in that car?
oh my god, I pray every single time. I really, I love my mom to death, but she is loopy sometimes. Like, girl, I could be driving, and I'm like, Mom, oh, a text message. Can you read that message? Girl, I can't read when the car's in motion. Like, she's like that. Like, she can't do multiple things at once, and it's hilarious. So you're like, what? It's so easy. Well, yeah, she gets lightheaded. Is that crazy? That's weird, right?
She gets lightheaded
It's
when
like
she
she gets
drives.
no, like if I'm driving
Oh,
and I tell her to read a text message or read a paper or
she
something,
can't do it.
she can't do it. Like she gets motion sickness.
Needs to go. Just kick a bucket somewhere. I don't know. Just watch the grandkids, and don't be driving nowhere. Oh my god!
She is hilarious. I love you.
But between your mom and your dad, you want your mom to drive over your dad?
Oh no, my dad, it's like driving Miss Daisy. He's so protective. He drives. He follows the speed limit. He drives carefully. He taught everybody how to drive in the entire family. Like our entire family, he is the designated driving school teacher. Like he should
My
retire
left
and
foot.
open a driving school.
Oh my
I
god!
see that in his future. I'm gonna get you a driving school dad one day because
I can't deal with you. I can't deal with your folks. I can't deal with your parents. Like the one time they was in here tearing it up, wreaking havoc, calling people, leaving, coming back,
my aunt
ordering food. Your aunt came in.
trippy. My whole family. We need a show because they're They are extra for no reason.
Oh man, your daughter was getting her hair braided. She was crying because she didn't want to get her hair braided because it was hurting.
But then when it's done, she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so cute."
She
And
was
I'm
whipping
like,
that hair back and forth
"Girl, you did all that because
for attention because
Because-
her grandparents were in the room.
I can't wait for you to.
Yeah, I'm
You're,
excited.
you're gonna embark on the journey,
I'm excited.
and you're having a girl.
Yeah, we are having a girl.
That's so exciting.
7 months, so she'll be here in September sometime.
Did you start like your nesting phase?
I did start the nesting. So like I cleared out the one closet of all my crap and I put all of her like just knickknacks from like coworkers and
Oh,
Mother's Day and just like little knickknacks. She already got a few cards. I put it all in there with like she got some diapers, some clothes, some blankets.
we didn't even have the baby shower yet.
No, but she still has like a closet of stuff.
Oh, you're gonna have so much stuff. Stuff you're not even gonna use.
Because I use Baby List, people actually can mail me stuff to my home. They don't have to bring it physically to the shower.
If you did it with Amazon, they do that too.
So-
Or your baby list adds it like on
Mhm.
because I saw yours. You can find it cheaper from like any.
Multiple stores.
Yeah, that's so convenient. I love that. Y'all use Baby List. 'cause
Yeah, Baby List
If
is
you
great.
invite me to your baby shower and you don't use Baby List, I probably won't come now.
Yeah, Baby List is like it grabs everything and it price compares multiple websites like Walmart, Amazon. Bye Bye Baby's out of business, but if you want, you can even add listings from Etsy.
Really?
Yeah, you can add listings from like
wow.
custom like little boutiques and stuff. You can add them to the Baby List.
I love that.
Yeah, and
I
then
really love
it
that.
can
I'm
mail.
not having any more kids, but I do love that.
It
for you
can
guys.
mail to my house, or you can just mail it to your own house and physically bring it. So I got a dresser for her and the crib mailed to my house. My mother-in-law claimed it.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yep, and she made sure to put her bid in. So with my own mother not here, my mother is passed, but my mother-in-law is all about grandbaby. She loves it. She's really enjoying this phase of her life. She's going to
That's
retire.
nice.
Yeah, she's really is enjoying it. So my nephew's, I think 8, my niece just turned 5, so now it's our turn. And so she sent me a text saying, I'm getting the crib. But what had happened was like 8 years ago when my nephew was born, one of my sister-in-law's aunts bought the crib.
Mm.
And my mother-in-law was like, why would you buy the crib? You're not even the grandparent. And that aunt was like, oh, well, I didn't know, you were going to do that. Okay, but you knew you weren't the grandparent. So once again,
I didn't know the grandparents are supposed to buy the crib.
but why would you buy such a high value item? You're not the grandparent.
bought
Like,
my
I see
own
what she's
crib.
talking about.
I bought my own crib. That was crazy. I didn't know the grandparent is supposed to do that. Would have been nice. But my mom and dad did so much, so I can't even complain. But the crib, that shit was expensive.
Yeah, but I don't that was like a little bit of a beef at the time. And I think my mother-in-law still has a little grudge over that. So I made sure,
She get the body.
yes, so she got the crib and it's a mini crib. So
Oh.
it's not like the typical size. It's like about a third of the size.
So it's just big enough to put in your room
Yeah.
because you're gonna co-sleep.
Yeah, we are doing the bassinet co-sleep.
I never did that. There was a bassinet there. I just did what I wasn't supposed to.
So I'm not putting the baby in my bed, and that's because
I definitely had my baby in the bed, laying on me like
stomach down.
yes, I couldn't.
No more.
They were so soft and they smell so nice. It's just so hard, and you don't want to get separated from them. And the bassinet, even though it's right next to the bed, it just seems so far.
So here's my other challenge with integrating and nesting. Right now we have a lot of animals. We have 2 cats and a dog. The dog is a Yorkie. So my cats, they go on furniture. They go on the bed. My dog goes on the bed. This morning I caught my Yorkie eating her walk treat. It's like a miniature like milk bone. It's like an inch. And she jumped up on my bed and ate it in my bed. I was like, little girl, I should pluck your nose.
That's so rude.
Well, it's a dominance behavior.
Yeah. Oh, but they know the baby's coming.
So she guards the bed at night. Like she goes sleeps on the bed and guards the bed from the cats walking in the room. Like you have to understand, Yorkies are Yorkshire Terriers. Pit bulls.
That dog gotta go.
Yeah. Pit bulls, we call them that, but they're Staffordshire Terriers. Terriers, Jack Russell Terriers, right?
All terriers.
Terriers. They're in the same family. So in her little 9-pound brain, she thinks that she's a pit bull. You see what I'm saying? Like this
They
is,
got that Napoleon syndrome.
see, I don't even want to call it that because she really is not scared of shit. Like she will chase fireworks. We have it on a video of her barking at fireworks on Memorial Day, in the backyard. Like she went up to the fireworks like it was nothing. It was like trying to bark it and bite it.
Oh yeah, your dog got psychological issues.
She does have psychological
Yeah.
issues. So this is my issue that I have with putting my baby in the bed. You see what I'm saying?
See, yeah, your situation is different.
Because I
didn't have no pets.
So my husband is confident we can train her, we can do all this. And I'm like, nah.
That dog gonna have to go, baby. How old is she? She's 9?
She's 7.
Oh.
But we adopted her.
She's still young enough to go get readopted.
Yep. She is. But they live to be 15 years old. So
Yeah.
so when we got her at age 3 about, she actually lived in a cage all of her life. She never
Oh damn.
Yeah, she's a
So
complete
she's not
rescue.
social, like
Everything that she has is what we gave her.
oh,
All of her
wow.
training, which she's come a very long way. So for the first, I think 3 months, 2 or 3 months, she just used the sidewalk. She didn't even understand what grass was.
Oh wow. Yeah, my mom, she has a Yorkie, but he's on the bigger side because he's like 20 pounds.
Oh, he's one of them big uns.
Yeah, and he's getting old. Like I think he's like 12 now.
Oh, he's got another 4 years maybe.
Girl, this dog, he's losing teeth.
That's a
and
Yorkie thing.
Yeah, he's getting senile. Like you be telling him, "Come on, let's go," and he's like, "Arr," and trying to bite you. And I'm like, I can't. And I'm like Milo, and he's like, "Arr," and I'm like Milo. And then after a while, he'll come to and like, oh, okay, start wagging his tail like, "Yo, you're crazy."
So my dog is on anti-anxiety medicine, and it took us a year and a half to put her on it. We wanted to train her as much.
I didn't even know dogs have to take medicine like that.
Well, I never thought a Black person would be giving their dog anti-anxiety meds, but here I am.
Yeah, girl, that's crazy.
So we waited a year and a half. Like I think after a year and a half, we just looked at each other. We're like, we got to do something more for her because the training, we've maximized it.
In the Caribbean, they would never do this. First of all, in the Caribbean,
In the Caribbean,
I don't think
nobody keeps animals in the house.
Yeah, animal abuse isn't really a thing. It is, but it's not.
They're a nuisance.
Like, it's not. There's animals rolling all over.
Animals are a nuisance.
Like it's like, yeah, like because one year I had a Chihuahua. Her name's Miyoshi. Funny story about Miyoshi, but I took her to Dominica and I took her to Martinique and all and St. Lucia. They would not let her in. They was like, absolutely not. We don't know what rabies this dog. I'm like, all her papers and everything, and they was like, no, but they made her stay on the port and they fed her gourmet food. They walked her while I went out. And
oh my God.
Like they took care of her. And Martinique, they people were offering money to buy her. They was like, I'll give you 1,300 euros.
Why?
Because they never seen a Chihuahua in person before. Like they seen it on TV and stuff.
Oh, hold up. We got a little racket going on.
I had her nails painted and everything. They were amazed. And I'm like, no.
So what do they have in Martinique? They have like larger dogs?
They have like larger dogs. Now they're starting to get like Yorkies and stuff like that. But Chihuahuas, please, you have to bring that over. That's not there.
And Chihuahua, even though in the United States they're still expensive, you're going to pay $600.
I adopted her for like $300.
Yes, you're going to pay $600 for a Chihuahua in the States.
But they was offering me money, and I'm like, no, I cannot sell my dog. Like I'm not gonna do that. Yeah.
And they wanted to breed her.
Pretty much, but she was already neutered and everything.
Oh, you didn't have to tell them all that. But I wasn't going to leave my dog.
Definitely wasn't doing that.
Yeah. Animals, they bring you so much joy. They just do shit. They just do so much shit. But this dog is stopping me, and the cats. Oh, my cats are 16 and 18 pounds.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they're big. There's some big boys.
They're the same size as the dog.
No, my dog's 9 pounds.
Well, I'm talking about my mom's dog, and he's a medium-sized.
Yeah,
Jordan.
they're a little
crazy.
They're a little thick.
How do they walk? You're
so
lucky you don't have steps, because
I do have steps.
How do they go up and down steps?
They just do. So my husband's ex-wife, this is getting messier. So my husband's ex-wife said to him, okay, I have a friend with a barn who has cats. Can I go get one? He said yes. Bitch came back with 2. Talk about, oh, well, this one was all alone and this one is the runt. And I felt bad. get up off this door, making all that noise. I'm sorry. Sorry, some children came frolicking by. I can appreciate that.
She's soon to be a mom, y'all.
Frolic elsewhere. So he said, yes, she came back with the runt, and this one was all alone. So then, okay, boom, there's the first thing. They're farm cats, so they're a little bigger.
Yeah. Because like they chase mice or
yeah, like their muscle tone is like a little bigger. And then it was Steven's ex-wife's responsibility to get the cats fixed. Mind you, based on what I know about my husband presently, wasn't neither one of them responsible for shit. So she never got the cats fixed. Well, cats are sexually mature at 4 months.
Yeah. It had kittens?
They had kittens with each other.
Oh, wow.
So then, okay, they're 4 months old, having kittens with each other. He just looked at the female and he realized, oh yeah, she's pregnant.
Clearly.
Like clearly pregnant as hell. This cat's walking around. And then the kittens arrived, and then there was kitten food all of a sudden in the house. Well, guess what? The adult cats like the kitten food more than the adult food. So everybody was bulking up on kitten food.
And then they got all huge.
And then they all got huge because they kept eating kitten food at 4 months going into, like, their kids are supposed to be kids, and they're sitting there
eating the same food.
Eating the same food. First of all, y'all kept the kittens too long. You know what I'm saying? Because they should be on milk and supplemented goat's milk only. By the time they're getting to solid food, y'all should be getting rid of the kittens. I don't know what they were doing.
Huh. So y'all just had a whole bunch of kittens.
Ain't no y'all, because I wasn't there. This is the ex-wife. This is what I'm saying.
Oh, so this is way back then.
Yes, this is like maybe 10, 11 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
So that's why the cats are 18 and 16 pounds. We have a stupid marmalade
So
male.
how old are they?
They're 11, 10.
Oh, wow. You got some time left.
Yep. Yep.
Well, not if they catch a heart attack, though. How big they are.
So my goal and hope is that all of them die at the 15-year mark, because Yorkies live to 15 and these guys are so thick they might not make it to that little 20 years. So they go I know that's not right, but that's how I feel.
She was like, animals make you so happy.
They do make you, but they just do
I need
shit.
you to go at 15. That's it. That's where I draw the line.
Expired.
At 15, you need to be an adult and have your own. You need to figure it out.
So I have an orange marmalade male. Very rarely are the orange cats female.
Mm-hmm.
Orange cats are always dumb.
Really?
They have like one brain cell. It's like one of their traits.
So that's why Garfield was like that?
Yeah, looks not books.
I love Garfield.
Looks not books.
And he was always fat.
And then the female, she's tortoise. So she's like a gray, dark gray stripes.
Oh.
She's the brains of the operation. She's way smarter than her brother. She knows
that she had incest.
Well, she was a great mother. She was a great mother. She was the one who had incestuous, but she's very smart. She's very street smart. She spoke first. The boy didn't talk till he was like 4 years old. He never meowed. He never meowed until he was like 4.
Oh, he's slow.
Special
crazy.
needs. So what he did was, what the female did was, at one point, I'm around now. The ex-wife is gone.
Oh yeah, the new wife.
And
they have a new mom. Oh wow.
Yeah, because she was, I just don't think she ever had animals before, so she didn't understand like how to respect their space. Anyway, so I get home one day, the treat bag is on the floor. I get home another day, the treat bag is in the living room, and I'm like, all right, this treat bag is really making its way around this apartment. And then one day, the treat bag was ripped open. Cat treats were everywhere. It was like confetti in this bitch. Like, it was just everywhere. And then the cat is looking at me. She's looking at me like, what you gonna do? And then I just decided to start putting the cat treats inside of a metal jar that has the latch, so she can't open the bag anymore. But it was her. She was the brains, and she still is the brains of the operation. She's the smartest animal in the house.
And he just goes along with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Following now, dogs, Yorkies are very smart, but the cat.
My mom's dog is horrible.
The cat has it in spades.
He's not horrible. He's a really good dog. But when we first got him, before he got old, like when he was younger, he was an escape artist. As soon as you open the door.
Oh, Yorkies, they plot.
Yo,
Yorkies, they
It's
plot.
like you did. I was like, are we abusing you or something? Like, why don't you want to be home? Like, why do you always
Because he's a
feel
hunting dog.
like outside is so much? And then we got him neutered, and that's when it just calmed down. Because before, girl, and we had to get him chipped and everything, because he was always just taking off, and then he would kill everything.
Yes, he's a hunting dog.
Oh
That's
my-
what Yorkie.
I had a
That's
little
what they
baby
do.
rabbit.
Oh, R.I.P. to rabbit.
I loved
R.I.P.
this
Bugs
rabbit.
Bunny.
It was the best rabbit ever. It was so sweet. It was not like a normal rabbit. It would get out at anything too. It'll always break out of its cage, and then it would lay on you, and it would lick you like a dog and
But
everything.
it learned today, didn't it?
Yeah. One day
Mhm.
I left it in the cage, and Milo got to it and shook him to death. Like just,
Yeah, that's terriers. They are rodent hunters.
and I was like, oh, and then he brought it to me, like, and I'm like, mother,
Looking for a treat.
like, I'm not happy. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why
How
would
old are
you?
you?
I was like 18.
Oh. I'd still be upset though.
So sad.
I'd still be
I
upset.
was all carrying like, oh, it's all wet and slobber. I'm like, yo, why would you do this? And he like,
So whose idea was it to put a terrier and a rodent in the same house?
me, I guess, because I came home from college. I didn't think he would kill my rabbit. Like,
Okay, but you know now. Yeah, terriers hunt rodents. They eat
yeah,
rodents.
and now I know, because then after, when my parents, we moved from like North Jersey to South Jersey,
Yeah,
they ended up wanting to get chickens because they got this huge backyard now.
chickens stink.
They're from the Caribbean. That's their thing. They want to get their own eggs. They want to grow all their vegetables. Cool. They got all this land now because they're not in the city anymore. So they're like, oh yeah, it feels like back home. So they went and got chickens.
Chickens stink.
And these chickens were so cute when they were small.
I don't care about
And we
things.
liked
They
them.
stink.
They grew up and everything. And as soon as they got big, Milo killed all of them. They had like 8 chickens. He killed everything. One was a rooster and everything. He just shook that shit to death. He killed all of them. Like, and I'm like, God, every day we come home, like, damn, what happened to the chicken? Like, why did the chicken just die? Every time we let the dog out in the backyard, he was playing hunt a chicken.
You didn't need to worry about coy wolves because you had Milo.
Yeah, he was hunting chickens. Like,
Yeah, and I know where your folks are at, so we do have coy wolves out there.
what is
So
that?
a coy wolf. I think the U.S. government was trying to replenish the wolf population over in our area. So in the metro Philly area, there were no wolves, but they couldn't really get the numbers up. So they released a coyote wolf hybrid into our area. Mhm. And they did that to try and bring down the number of deer.
You scared the shit out of me.
No, that we do have them.
No, because it's crazy because one time I was like, this neighborhood that I live in, it's so, they
You-
don't mind their business.
You do have them down your way.
Yes.
Yes.
Because one time there's this neighborhood group chat, and they were like, it's called like what's going on in our whatever. I'm not saying the city, but and they were all in there like, oh my God, I've seen this wolf in my backyard.
And they probably did.
And they started putting all these like chime cameras and things, the videos of it, and it looks like this big ass thing. And I'm like, oh my God, we got wolves. I did not want to believe it.
It's a wolf coyote hybrid that was released by the government.
That is some creepy shit.
Yep. And then basically we have different packs like all throughout because the highways divided them up.
That is scary.
You want to hear something else cool? Something else useless.
That's not cool. That's scary as hell.
So
And I was thinking like, oh, the foxes was a lot. We have coyote
So
wolves.
I have a bachelor's degree in environmental studies and humanities. So it's like half social humanities and half environment.
animals.
So something else that was pretty cool. This is irrelevant to our podcast, but it's still cool. So after the Civil War, the American Civil War, we had a meat shortage in the United States. Like we had like very little beef, very little pork. So there was this idea that the government had, it did not pass, thank God. They have this.
This is alleged.
No, this is factual. You can Google.
This is all alleged. We are not getting our podcast shut down by the government before it's.
Oh no, it was voted down. But there was a vote to introduce hippopotamus to the Mississippi River.
Oh wow!
Because the idea was like, oh well, hippos
But
and
they're so
crocodiles
aggressive.
do it in the Nile. So why don't we have American alligators and hippos here in the Mississippi, and then we'll have our meat supply back? Thank God that did not pass. Hippos are very destructive, very dangerous.
Like they're so aggressive.
More people are killed by hippos
than just with the
than anything else.
and all that extra shit.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah, hippos. That's.
I was watching this documentary where they were talking about hippos, and I think it was like some part in some some African country, but they were close to the water. And it was like, if you go to the
So
water,
close.
there's hippos
The
that will
bulls.
literally attack you. Like they sit there and wait for people to come just so they can kill them.
Mhm.
I'm like, God damn, killer hippos.
Yeah, but that's not passed. So needless to say, we do not have hippos wild in the US, Mississippi, because that would be terrifying. Instead, the US government paid people
To make fake meat.
well, to make fake meat, but also, you know, that's when they gave the white folks off of the Ellis Island and stuff, they gave them free land and told them to go farm out west. And that is what replenished the meat supply and all the rest.
But that was smarter.
But that's the same people that tell Black people to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. So anyway, that's a fun story about the meat shortage in the US after the Civil War.
That's America.
Welcome. So with that being said, it has been an interesting trajectory of like trying to figure out where food comes from. It's interesting that you say make fake meat. They don't have to label it, by the way. The fake meat, it doesn't have to be labeled.
Yeah, I believe that.
It don't got to be labeled.
They got fake rice, fake meat. What? China has plastic rice. Like, so at this point, who knows what we're eating unless you're growing it yourself?
I don't know. And who has time for that?
I sure don't. Like, YOLO.
I can multitask, but I can't be a farmer.
YOLO.
Said YOLO.
It is what it is. It just sure tastes good going down.
I'm dying. I'm dying right now. What was your addiction? What is your guilty pleasure for fast food?
For fast food, shit, if I lived up North Jersey again, it was Checkers. I love Checkers French
Ew.
fries. What? See, and I'm weird because I have like this thing. You ever have like a favorite drink from somewhere, but you have like a certain meal that you like from one fast food, so you go here, get this, and then go to the other one.
Okay, yeah.
So like, I would love to get Checkers French fries, and this one is bad too because a lot of people hate this place, and it's only in North Jersey.
It better not be White Castle.
Definitely White Castle with chocolate milkshake. I love you, White Castle.
Sponsor us.
Caroling Hoover going to White Castle.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I love White Castle milkshakes, and it is, and the reason why is like is a deeper reason because I realized what the deeper reason was recently, because my brother always used to get a chocolate milkshake from White Castle, and he would always get it, and I was like, "You give me one," and he was like, "You can have the rest of mine." So that's where I started liking
nostalgic
it.
memory.
Yeah, I hate chocolate ice cream. Like, I hate chocolate ice cream with a passion,
But
I love White Castle chocolate milkshakes. Yeah.
that's actually really nice. I like that story. Now I feel bad. I don't know when it happened, but my mom would take us to White Castle, and I don't know when, but I remember one day I was on the bus, and this man got on the bus with a bag full of White Castle, and it just smelled like corpses to me. I don't know why it smelled like dead bodies, but it smelled like dead bodies.
White Castle is, not everybody likes it, and I don't know. They at one point they said that the meat was kangaroo meat.
It probably is.
Like from the hamburgers.
No, kangaroo.
Because I've never seen a gray hamburger.
Well, kangaroo meat is not
Castle.
regulated.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why they put it in dog food.
Isn't dog food? Mm-hmm. Is it like a filler?
It's a common ingredient in dog food. Horse meat and kangaroo, because it's lean.
I wonder what horse meat tastes like.
Oh, that was a big thing. Have you ever read The Jungle?
No. Like the book?
The Jungle. Yep. It's about meat packing factories.
Oh no, I've never read that Jungle book. I read the other Jungle book.
Oh no, it's about food. Michael Pollan and all of them. It's about the meat factories and how like there was no sanitation. So after the Jungle got published, that's when they started like having like actual ingredients lists, and you got to clean with chlorine, and you got to like label the food properly.
I thought they would do that after Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh,
because you see that when I watched the whole thing,
allegedly
he allegedly put people in the chocolate. So I would assume they started cleaning up and
covering you. I don't want to get caught up in no mess.
I'm just saying, like, hey, that's not enough of a red flag. Like, ding, ding, ding. We should probably do something.
You know, I have not seen that series on Netflix.
Really?
I see. Maybe,
Girl,
maybe
don't
because,
watch it.
Maybe because I am in social services, like that's what I do.
I
don't feel the need to watch and introduce more of that realm.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. at all.
And the families of the victims asked people not to.
I watched it,
You the whole thing?
the whole thing, and I felt so bad for the people at the end. And at the same time, it's like I didn't really like how it ended because to me it made it seem as though they were giving empathy to Jeffrey Dahmer. Like it wasn't, they weren't empathizing or sympathizing with the victims. They were empathizing with him, like, oh, he did it. Like they gave him an excuse or a reason of why he did what he did. I don't care why he did what he did. It's just a horrible person. Like, who gives a shit? Like, you know, it was just the way they made it seem as like, oh, well, have empathy. And the crazy thing is,
That's Hollywood production.
because where I'm working now, that's what they want. And I have to figure out a way to how to separate my own emotions.
They want you to empathize with the
criminals.
Okay.
Because they're saying at the end of the day, the person is still a human being.
Person first language, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. It's not patient, it's person. Because everybody goes through it. It's just you haven't hit your psychotic break yet. But I'm like, that is true. But how do you really? I'm still learning. I'm still learning. That's just it. I'm still learning. But yeah, it's just really, it's because the people that's there are like criminals, like rapists, child molesters, Megan Law type shit. And you have to be able to separate them from their crime, because even though you sometimes it might have been a mistake, you killed this person and it wasn't intentional, like it wasn't premeditated, but you're still in that position. So it's not like you're a bad person, you just fucked up one time, you know? So you got to separate the person from the crime. But that shit is hard.
I think that's a pretty good example of, or way of explaining person first language. But I also know desperately, horribly, that the amount of child abuse that happens goes horribly underreported. And a lot of this is prevented with early intervention and early reporting. So you hear crazy stories about, you know, grandfather, 86 years old, goes to jail for molesting 3 generations of family members. Okay, well, why did it
last that long? Yeah,
exactly.
See, I can't say that, because recently I opened up to my mom about something that happened to me.
Okay.
When I was younger, right? And she's like, "Why didn't you tell me? You should have told me." And I'm like, it's just, I don't want to be put into the spotlight. Like, I don't want to have to tell the story over and over again. And sometimes people don't want to relive the trauma, so they don't want to say it. Like, to them, it's like you put it in the back of your head, it never happened. But really, it happened because it's affecting you every single day.
Yeah. I mean, there's also some stuff that's not illegal, but it's just distasteful. And so, like, you have to figure out, like, okay, what do I do? Do I report this? Is this not my business? But I'm an obligated reporter at the end of the day, so I'm reporting it.
You have to.
So, like, for example, like, I don't like the situation with my godson, but, you know, the mom is with this guy dating a boyfriend, I don't know, a few years now, and he's the boyfriend doesn't want the child or the car seat in his vehicle. But she's still with him.
What?
There's nothing illegal about that, but it's certainly distasteful.
Yeah, at one point, like, where do you draw the line? Like,
if she doesn't have the standards for her own child, I can't have the standards for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not.
Hopefully she sees this, because we're talking about you.
Whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't be making no one's lunch, doing their laundry, or giving them free pussy if my child's car seat wasn't allowed in their car. Period. Like, that's just it. That's just it. And as distasteful and startling as that is,
there's a lot of females that's out here that's okay with that shit. That shit is wild to me.
No,
that shit is.
It's wild. Not like he said, "I don't want the baby's car seat in my car, but here, I'll buy you your own whip for you to put Shorty in." You know what I mean?
Then like, we could have a family car.
Have a family car. Have a do shit at night car. Go out, be outside while the babysitter watches the kid. Okay, cool. But he's not doing that. He don't got it like that. And he don't treat her like that.
And if you ain't got it like that, you ain't in the position to be making those type of suggestions, opinions.
He's in the position because she's giving him free pussy. That's what I'm telling you.
Crazy.
It's not what I would do.
Are up there. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm saying all that to say, like, if all these like serial killers and stuff, to an extent, it's preventable, right? But then you
Yeah.
have people who take it too far and they say, oh, well, homosexuality and the gays is preventable. It's all about the parenting and keeping your kids in church. We're not talking about y'all right now. And y'all better not be watching this episode because y'all don't belong here. But again, people will put homophobic and racist statements into that type of category, like, oh, it's preventable if you do this at childhood.
That's true. That is true. Which is not
the way.
case. Yeah, that's far from the case. But people are ignorant.
I don't know.
That's just you. There's so many ignorant people in the world. You just gotta YOLO, just go with the flow because, girl, why am I gonna stress over other people's opinions of shit that most times is irrelevant to their case, and they don't even take the time to do their research or to do any type of expensive background check or anything to know what they're talking about. They just spew hate.
You'd be less enthused to entertain what people say about you when you realize how seldom they actually do think about you. Like how few they do think about you is like, oh, they only think about me when I'm relevant. Okay, so don't worry about it then. You do me, I'll
do you.
Like, it's fine.
Do you? I do me.
It's fine.
Each other.
We can just be our own people. We don't have to be in each other's business.
Coexist.
I don't have time. Like, there's a young lady I'm friends with. I have not yet received an invitation to her wedding. She did not respond to my gender reveal invitation at all. And
wow.
She waited 5 days to tell me she can't make it to my baby shower.
But why the shadiness?
I don't know. Maybe I said something. But if I said something, you could confront me. You don't gotta work in the shadows.
Or you could just, I guess some people just want to take the high road. I don't know. Some people aren't confrontational and they don't know how to say certain things. But
I don't even think it's confrontational. I just think that, like, she's choosing her beefs. She doesn't want to beef with me.
But it is it is kind of confrontational because she doesn't know what your reaction would be if she told you what she had to say.
At this point, I'm just ready to listen. Like, why didn't you respond to my invitations? Like, I'm throwing my hands up. Like, yeah, damn, girl, what did I say?
Yeah. You could have too and ask, like, hey, is there something wrong that you're not responding to my invitation? Don't ask her why you're not going to the wedding. I would never, because bitch, fuck you and your wedding.
I was just like, oh, she might come up later, but she told me that she didn't want me, in not so many words, she told me that she didn't want me in her bridal party because my tattoos were a distraction to her guests. My face is tattooed, for those of you who don't see.
But if it's that deep, you could put makeup on.
But my culture has nothing to do with her wedding. And when I was pregnant, she said, you should focus on your wedding. She said, you should focus on your baby. And basically, not on her wedding. So then, because I strike one, my tattoo, strike two, pregnancy, she was like, all right, you're out. She didn't say it mean like that.
Wow, I didn't know friends do that. I heard people do that shit, and that's crazy to me.
But she was like, oh, your due date's pretty much on the same day as my wedding day, so XYZ.
Well, I guess she doesn't want to, like, have something bad happen at the wedding, like something jinx it. Because the last wedding I went to, girl, if that was my wedding, if I didn't get, because to them, I was like, okay, it's not that bad because they got married prior to the wedding, like way prior. But at the wedding, girl, if it was my wedding, I would cry.
What happened?
Her bridesmaid had a whole miscarriage.
At the wedding?
At the wedding.
Blood oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, she had placenta previa.
Girl, she didn't even know she was pregnant.
Oh my God.
It was blood everywhere. She was walking down the aisle. As soon as they before they even got down, before they made it outside, she was online to come down and just blood, just.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh, that's a bad sign. And everybody was like, well, they already got married like a year ago. It's just the wedding. And I'm like,
so the ambulance came and took the young lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
And everything. She almost died. Like she died and they had to revive her. Like she lost that much blood. I was like, I'd be so sad at my wedding. Because I would shut the whole thing down. I have to go with my friend. And everybody was like, no, she can't just leave. She didn't leave because my cousin ended up going. I was like, nah, I would feel so bad. Like I would have left. I would have left my wedding to go be with my friend.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Especially if we already got married. I'm not saying nothing wrong to what she did.
Is the young lady okay?
Yeah, she's good.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything wrong to what she did. But if it was me, babe, we already got married. go check on my friend. Like we already did this.
But what about all the money and all the deposits?
It was at my cousin's backyard.
Oh, okay.
It was just,
Never
they
mind.
had a tent and it was nice. It was outside, but
Oh my God.
I would have left.
Yeah, any type of medical emergency would pretty much kill any event.
I'm sorry. Like y'all have fun, but I'm gonna go check on my friend. I'll be back. Like at least we have this till the rest of the night. I'll be back.
Yeah. Well, that's not my experience, obviously, but I'm just saying she's shady. Like we're not meant for each other. Clearly we're not friends anymore.
Wedding. I want to go to a wedding. I'm ready to go to a wedding. I need somebody to get married. I'm not getting married no time soon, ever, probably.
Do not start a wedding planning business with all your multiple hats, please.
No, I could never do that. I like going to weddings. I'm definitely not planning one because girl, my wedding, I'm already knowing.
So what is it about
I'm
weddings?
Bridezilla.
What is it about weddings that you like?
I just love the partying part. I could care less about the ceremonial part. I don't care about y'all kissing, and that's their love story. I don't give a fuck. Enjoy.
Is it everyone dressed up?
It's the dress up. It's everything. It's like the elegance in the room. How everybody looks so classy and all clean and dressed up, and everybody looks cute, and then we have a good time. And it's just the celebratory part. I could care less about the ceremony. I just want to come to the after part where it's the open, and it has to be open bar. If you're one of those cash bar people, do not invite me to your wedding. Unless I really.
So what if it's an open bar?
If I really fuck with you, then
What if it's open bar for the cocktail hour only? Would you accept that?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me something, or at least let me bring my own bottles.
BYOB.
I just sneak something in my bra.
Yeah. So what we did at our wedding, I guess I did it differently. Number one, I am in an intercultural marriage. So my husband is Italian. And Italians have a lot of very strict and strong rules on like behaviors and who's paying for and what. Yes, they're very, very, very like you come to me on this day, the day of my daughter's wedding. It's like that.
Oh, wow.
Everything you see about Italians in movies is like 95% true. The face slaps and shit, like all that is real.
Oh,
wow. Like in Goodfellas, the way you keep slap, like that's real. Like I get that.
That's crazy.
It is real. But I planned a 2-year engagement and I paid for my wedding by myself. I think
we're gonna cut that part out.
Why? Because I paid for my wedding by myself?
I'm sorry.
Listen.
Making your husband look.
He ain't shit. I run this here. Okay.
So I'm not getting married, y'all.
No, at the very end, I think we needed something about tablecloths, and I completely forgot about the 20% gratuity for the caterer. So we needed $1,200 like that. So his parents came in with that.
Oh, see? Clutch.
Yeah. But the other 10 to 12,000, I covered that.
Wait, how much?
10 to 12,000, somewhere between there.
Yeah, see, if I got married, yeah, that sounds like a lot that I don't feel like spending.
So I planned a 2-year engagement though.
Everything myself. Oh, that's okay.
Remember?
Yeah,
so I gave
myself. Got time to, but still.
But that 2 years.
I'm like $5,000, $6K.
That 2 years.
The DJ and the food is the most money. I'm doing the shit outside. I'm going to Party City. All my decorations.
You get on my nerves.
I'm going to throw a party place, and I'm getting all my decorations. And we're setting it up nice. I'm going Pinterest and DIY. We're going Dollar Tree, rocks, and a whole little vase. Yeah.
No, I hired a decorator, which was worth every penny, and I wish she was still in business, but I cannot find her nowhere.
The love is what matters. But my ring, though, baby, my ring gotta be Tiffany.
No, I didn't.
So
do
if
that.
anybody's coming,
it's not even a diamond. We don't even have a diamond. Why are you giving that look? It's moissanite.
Oh, that's okay, because it's still a diamond.
Oh, okay.
It's still a diamond. It's just lab grown.
It's a gem.
And lab grown to me shines better anyway. But baby, I want a blood diamond. I said, oh, I'm sorry, it's wrong. I shouldn't have said that.
She said.
But Tiffany still, allegedly.
She wants you to raid Elizabeth Taylor's closet and find her a blood diamond.
I want a Tiffany and Company ring. Tiffany is not even, they don't have blood diamonds, but allegedly, I don't know. That's just what I want because they shine so pretty. And I'm a Tiffany fan, okay? I'm a Tiffany girl. Okay, I left my necklace home.
I cannot stand you. You said I want a blood diamond. Get this bitch off my stage.
Moissanite is pretty too, because baby, Literally, I have all these pages on Facebook, not Facebook, on Instagram that I follow of like these diamond companies. I'm like, oh, I like that, but it ain't Tiffany though. I might send him that.
What if the setting is Tiffany and then you get the diamond separately?
No, it's not. It's not the same.
Oh, okay.
I want a Tiffany diamond. Tiffany has their own diamond.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the setting and everything.
We're not looking for sponsorship, but you keep saying that. Oh my
Tiffany
god.
will never put me in a sponsorship, girl. Please, what?
No, we're too
Yeah, I'm too ghetto for
too
that.
downtown for that.
Mhm. They like the Beyonces and stuff like that.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Dakota Fanning.
First of all, because what's her name? Lady Gaga was running around one of the award ceremonies with like one of the yellow diamonds.
Girl, them things are so expensive.
Security was following her around. They pulled her car over and we're like, man, we need the necklace
The
back.
canary thing, that thing is like almost like a $500,000.
They pulled over Lady Gaga and made her take the necklace off. They're like, ma'am, we need the necklace
They had
back.
this
Thank
one
you.
pink engagement ring. It was like a pink diamond one they had. Like they had the yellow and a pink one. And this one guy bought it for his wife and it was like $250,000. And I'm like, what?
That's it.
Like, yeah.
I was gonna say that's it.
And they made like only like 5 or 6 of them or some shit like that. And he was like, yeah. And they lost the ring too, girl. They had lost the ring.
They lost the
They
ring?
had lost it and had to give him a whole new one.
Oh, you know what I heard on this
I used to work there. So
this one lady,
if y'all want me back,
she got a pair of sterling silver Tiffany earrings that were 1 carat each from her boyfriend. And they broke up, and then he sent her a text message asking for the earrings back. She was like, for who? She sure did go to the dollar store, put some fake earrings in the box, and handed him the box.
I would have
back.
given him shit back.
She played him.
Doesn't get sue me.
So she put the little fake earrings. I guess the little girl, the new girl, was upset that they started turning nickel and making her ears itch.
And she was like, oh, that's when he found out it was fake.
Yep.
Oh, he sued me.
But the thing is, he probably doesn't know where in the trail of girlfriends that he got the earrings back from.
That's crazy.
But why would you even ask for some earrings back? If you couldn't
Yeah.
afford to give it, why did you give it?
Nasty.
Just trifling.
Disgusting. Like that's like my ring that I lost. Oh, still breaks my heart to this day.
If you find it, I want 1%.
Girl, I will never find that. I probably when my parents are moving one day, I'll like, oh my God, I found it.
I'm manifesting positive energy and laying hands. Praise God that you will find this ring and I will get my 1% because I laid hands on you just now. I want my 1%.
I got you.
I want my 1%.
Oh my God, I wish I could find that fucking ring.
Oh my God.
I was so sad when I lost that shit. I had never take that shit off my finger. I should have never lost weight. It would have never fell.
No, but the Italians, they're all involved in that. They want to know everything. They're very, very overly involved. And that was one of my,
I can't do that.
That was one of my issues that I had when I arrived because the previous wife didn't establish boundaries. So when I came, they sure as hell wasn't following no type of boundaries. I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. So I put a bunch of rules in place. It's been a long,
y'all
hard
been
road.
together for a while. So.
9 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But was it worth it?
My longest relationship was probably like 2 years. Yeah, the one I just got out of. Like 2-3 years.
He ain't going nowhere. He's still calling you, still texting you.
Girl.
We'll talk about that a different time.
Hey, baby.
But they were not upset, but they were like, what do you mean a 2-year engagement? What do you mean 2020? I was like, I said we are having our wedding. It's oh, but that's 2 years away. And I can't tell you how many people, Black, white, Italian, Spanish, said, don't do that. You'll never get married if you're engaged that long. Why? Because I'm putting shit in motion so as to see how people really act. And that's exactly what happened. People started really showing off in that 2 years because they realized I was permanent.
Wow. There. Here forever. Period.
They realized I was permanent. And then
oh, you definitely permanent now.
And then in the last year, I think it was like somewhere during like the maybe 6 month to 1.5 year mark of that 2-year engagement, I put him on a probationary period.
See, she set rules.
I set rules. I set boundaries. I put him on a 1-year probationary period. Yes, I did.
Girl, I can never get that far. I don't think I even want to. Like, I think that's why, because I keep speaking that into existence, and I don't really.
It's okay.
I can't stand somebody for that long. Like, people get on my nerves. I just don't feel like putting some energy into it. I'd be so nonchalant sometimes.
I don't know, but his mom was very upset. My Italian mother-in-law was very upset that I put her child on a probationary period. Yes, the motherfucker, I did.
Like he's perfect. First of all, he's a giant kid.
Like, girl, what?
He's
Yes.
having 2 babies now.
Like,
He's gonna have 2 babies.
girl, I put him on a probationary period, and he did like 95% of what I did, what I asked for. 95%. Good job. Good job.
Keep it
Steven.
up.
Keep up the good work, because you get on my nerves. But then he had his own thing where like he was working for the Italian family business for 14 years of his life and recently quit. It's been a year.
Family business.
It's been a year. It's July.
Oh wow.
So it's been a year since he left.
Wow.
So he just started his new spot this week. So it's been exactly a year. Good for him. He stood up for
Progress, girl. Growth.
himself. He stood up for himself, not by himself, but he stood up for himself. He didn't do it alone, but he
He had that push.
listen.
Mhm. Do you believe in push presents? Now that I said that, I don't know.
I think the person has to be receptive.
Yeah, but you're the one. Are you gonna receive it?
Yeah, I believe that. I believe. Yeah, I do.
What would you want as a push present?
Some damn money. Damn. Fuck. Like
Like a car.
some fucking money. No. I really am trying to do like long-term growth investment type stuff. I want to be a secret millionaire.
I love that.
Like secret assets though, like on the sneak tip. Like I want to be able to travel 3 to 5 times a year. I want my children to be well appointed for, have good social lives, have good behavior, have good balance, but I don't want to live in a McMansion.
A McMansion.
I don't want to live in a McMansion.
What's a McMansion?
It's like the 4-bed, 3-bath.
That's big.
It's the way the house looks though. It's like a Mrs. Cleaver times 5 size house.
I can't say anything because the house we was.
Listen, you get on my nerves. That's the shit I'm talking about. That's not what I want.
That shit was ridiculous big. Like
I want something low key to be like, oh, they got money. No, we don't have money. Look elsewhere.
oh yeah, he was definitely high key.
No, I
In
want
your face. Like
I want
nigga, why do we need all this house?
No,
like
I want to hide
$5.
it. I want to hide the money. So when the kids are here, so like we have what are those? Universal life index insurance policies. Hide the money in there, hide the money in the kids' accounts.
Oh, like a life insurance.
Yeah, hide the money.
Yeah. Black people need to know about that.
Yeah, hide the
Y'all
money.
need to know about that.
So I wanna
use your life insurance while you're here.
I wanna get money and make money, but I want the money to grow, but like secret.
I want money to grow while I don't do anything. Like I just want to sit there and make money while I sleep. If I could figure out how to do that, that would be nice.
So do I believe in push presents? Yes. But like, I think.
So you want him to buy you an investment account as a push present? Like invest in the kid's future, open a trust fund. Your push present.
He could do that. He can do that. Yep.
Oh,
he can do that.
I hope you're listening.
One thing I was telling him the other day, we were joking about being disabled, like getting injured and people get on disability. I said, if you get disabled, we're getting a divorce immediately. Because when you're married where we live, it's joint income.
Shay.
It's joint income. You don't get all the money from disability if you're married.
You vow, for better or worse.
We could be together, but we're getting legally divorced. No, because the marriage is stopping us from making all the money from the disability.
You have to wait till death for you to part.
We could be together, but I'm still divorcing him if she is disabled.
No, you can't get a divorce because death is the only way out. It's like a gang. You jump in, you jump out. Like death is the only way out. The only way out is in a box. When we get married, we do this. The only way out, a box.
So when your state disability comes in and you're permanently disabled for the rest of your life, if you're married, it's considered joint income. So if me and you are married and I'm disabled and they say your disability income check was gonna be $4,000 a month, but now because your spouse makes so much money, now we're only going to give you $300 a month.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that's why
the government be getting over.
That's why they be getting over.
But sickness and health care, they like that's what the government was like. Well, you got sick, you got married, y'all said sickness and health, y'all took that vow, so that's her responsibility.
Yep,
that's literally what it is. So
And then you want to move the money, wash the money as quickly as possible. So any money from the life insurance policy,
hypothetically,
move that to a trust fund immediately.
hypothetically, we do not give any legal advice.
Move that, listen, move that money to a trust fund. I don't give a fuck, because the government wants back every amount of money, every dollar they ever gave you.
No,
All your
I told
unemployment, all your
somebody that.
disability. If you have you have $1 million policy, but if the government gave you 3.5 million over the course of your life, they're taking
I was
that shit
talking about
back.
that earlier. I was like, a lot of drug dealers and stuff,
Drug dealers.
they aren't really smart with their money, because if I was selling drugs and I'm moving weight, I'm making money, all that shit is going into a trust fund. The day I get caught up, I don't got shit on me. I haven't done anything. What are you talking about? Drugs?
Put in the
I would
kids.
never. The only drugs I get is from CVS. What are you talking about? Yeah, put it in trust fund. Trust fund. Like, let's get on this, people. Let's get on this. Let's move smarter.
Use the kids. Put it on the kids. If you don't got no kids, grab some nieces and nephews real quick.
Right? They all need it for when they grow older, for college, do the right thing.
Take your little 40% off the top, give a little rest.
Gosh, you make them employees. LLC the shit. LLC.
Oh wait,
S Corp.
Don't celebrities put like their kids as like producers and stuff on the album?
Definitely.
Yeah, see, that's what
Most definitely.
That's what we need to be doing.
That's what I kind of did with Maya. I definitely did that with Maya.
Good.
I opened an LLC. Oh yeah, I opened an LLC for her, and had her trust fund made for her.
Good.
And I hired her as an employee. It's also a tax write-off.
Hey.
So yeah. But they got to make at least 15,000. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Tax write-off.
I'm rolling right now because you pay your daughter 50,000 a year. Catch it up. Oh my God. But there's a lot of financial advice that actually goes on in this nail shop. There is quite a bit, and there's quite a few dumbasses that try to contest with Callie, and I'm like, oh, that's the wrong person to say that to.
I can help you. I can help you do a lot.
That's the wrong
person.
If
you need credit advice, you. Girl, I'm going through a lawsuit. I started a lawsuit against TransUnion. They think I'm playing.
Wait, this separate from the car?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another.
Oh
one.
my God.
I spoke to a lawyer about that today. He was like, "You got a great case. Like honestly, you have an amazing case." I'm like, you know what? I might do this myself then. Like, so TransUnion, like, you're a shoe in the wind. Whoa.
Wait, should you be talking about this TransUnion? Well, no. They're not gonna listen to this.
They probably won't. But yeah, definitely, they're gonna get that letter soon.
Damn.
They're gonna get that letter soon. Yeah, they thought it was a joke. Like, well, you're not about to play with me. You're not about to put all this on my credit and don't actually do an investigation. I'm coming for that ass. That's what they do. They're like, oh yeah, 30 days, we'll do an investigation. They ain't do shit. And then they're like, oh, it's accurate. Who did you talk to? Because you're supposed to ask me if it's accurate. I'm the consumer. You're supposed to ask me for the accuracy. You ain't asked me shit. When did y'all call me? So stop lying. Y'all need to stop lying. Y'all need to know your rights.
I'm trying to finesse my way out of these damn student loans.
That one's harder. I got forbearance. I just did another forbearance because that repay bullshit. Whatever program Biden and them just set up. I was already on some repay thing where my stuff was on forbearance from 2018. So I just added my son onto it. Like, yeah, there's another dependent. And they was like, oh, okay, well, you ain't gotta pay shit else. It's another forbearance.
I don't know.
And I'm like, thank God I'm broke.
You know, I had an interview back in June for like a social service job with like soon to be released criminals. And they rejected me last month, and then they sent me an email, I think yesterday, asking if I wanted to re-interview. I'm like, but you rejected me, so y'all still got vacancies, so clearly the problem is you.
Right. Like high turnover, same thing with this hospital, same turnover rate. Like they're like, oh, we need nurses and stuff. Well, why can't you keep the ones that you already have? Let's address that. Why can't you? Yeah, something's wrong here.
Sometimes the issue isn't pay. Sometimes it's not pay.
It's the life-work balance. It's like the non-flexibility, the horrible coworkers. That's the thing. Horrible fucking coworkers. People tell me that I'm probably going to be a horrible fucking coworker because I said I am not willingly risking getting punched in the face and getting my nose broken, arm broken to help save your life. If you had the ability to run and you chose not to, don't ask me to come help you. I'm not coming to help you.
Yeah, doing them restraints and stuff.
I can understand if it was something like somebody came behind you and started choking you. Yeah, I'm gonna get you because that was from behind. But if you had the opportunity to run and you froze, bitch, selective.
So what you want to do is watch your verbiage, right? You know, you had the opportunity to de-escalate.
You did, and you did not.
But you
did not
chose not to
de-escalate.
de-escalate.
And then now you want me to be put in the situation of getting my ass beat. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I told him, I was like, that's crazy. I'm not doing that. They're like, dang, I don't want to work with you. How? Because I don't want to work with you. You have horrible de-escalation skills. And that's where we're gonna start. Like, first of all, if we're really gonna call somebody out, you can't de-escalate a problem. Are we not?
Yeah. Sure. The worst part about working in a behavioral unit or any type of environment like that is like working with a coworker who doesn't have they don't know when to stop. They don't know when to walk away. They want to win. They want to make a point. They want to be the one with the last word against the client.
Immature.
Who probably has special needs or some type of psychological diagnosis. And that's not to minimize their personage. But I'm just saying, like, this person is where they're at. Like, this is a facility.
Yeah, they're trying to get better.
Like, this is where they're at. Like, you don't need to win or prove anything.
Exactly.
Just let them say what they got to say. They got that off. All right. And keep it moving.
Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Go home. You get to go home at the end of the day. They don't. They have to stay here. They're probably frustrated. They got other things to worry about, but you get to go home. You get to get a glass of wine. You get to smoke a blunt. And they can't do that. Like,
they sure cannot smoke a blunt.
So the smallest things can mean a lot to these people. Like, don't fuck up their day.
And depending on the facility, they might not have access to cigarettes.
Yeah, so don't fuck up their day just because you want to be a shitty person for the day. Like, don't take that shit out on them.
Behavioral health is something different.
Girl, stressful. And the thing is, oh my God, this is one thing I love that they talked about today, that everybody has trauma. Like, people don't want to, like, I don't know if it's a touchy subject, but people don't want to ever think about it like, hey, even though I'm not crazy or declared crazy or whatever cases, I get up every day, I put my shoes on left to right, whatever the case is, you still have trauma. Like, if you might hear certain things that make you flinch, that's trauma. Like, all these little things tie into some type of trauma, and you may not think it's a big scale thing, but it affects you, and people don't realize that because they think, oh, well, because I didn't hit rock bottom, that everything is okay.
Right. Like right now, like I think my husband is a great example of that because he's reforming his professionalism and his work ethic. Right. Like he has to reform that. Why? Because of trauma. And having your parents as your boss.
Trauma.
Yep. Having your parents as a boss for over a decade. That shit's not easy.
Nor is it normal, because that's definitely some type of weird nepotism.
Yeah.
Would nepotism be like a form of like a behavioral?
I feel like nepotism has to have beneficial, like it has to have some type of 401k, some type of health insurance, some type of raise, something. He ain't had none of that.
No, you don't. He didn't get that good nepotism.
Nope.
He got the bottom nepotism.
He didn't even have credit when I met him. Yeah, how do you? Yes, he had no credit. Did not exist.
He might as well have been in jail. Guys come out of jail and have.
I'm trying to figure out how him and his ex-wife were trying to look at houses. He had no credit.
She was buying it.
I don't know what she was doing. Listen, that child.
She had to be buying it because, sir, what? How old was he when you met him?
26.
With no credit. That's interesting. That's very interesting. When y'all meet in like 2012?
2013 or 14, yeah. He ain't had no credit. Credit of 0.
That's crazy.
Your mans ain't have no birth certificate either, because I sent him to go get his passport, which was a long time coming, but he finally went and made his appointment. He went there and they're like, oh.
Guys are just weird. My daughter's father is like that.
No birth certificate.
To this day.
How did he get married the first time with no birth certificate?
He must have never been married. He probably just showed up and don't even know what happened.
You probably are right.
Don't even know what happened.
How did he get a driver's license? How did he get to high school? How did that do that?
Yeah, that makes no sense. That makes no sense.
It was the coupon from the hospital. He showed it to me. It's the coupon you get, the little souvenir coupon.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He didn't even have the hospital birth certificate?
The little hospital birth certificate is the little 10 by
No,
5.
I have two. I have like the little one that's like the card thing that goes inside of like the baby bassinet.
That's what he had.
And then I have the big one that has the footprints on it. Like the hospital stamps your feet on it. That's the hospital birth certificate. And then you get the one from the county, which is the legit.
The one from the county he got in 2017.
That's crazy.
I sure to call up that mother-in-law, like, you know, your child has no birth certificate.
And she's like, why did he need one?
She thought that it was real, that what he had. Okay, well, you saw it incorrectly. I was like, listen, all y'all just 2-year engagement.
And he was born in the 80s?
1 year probationary period. Listen, this is why I put the shits in place.
So how old is he now?
34.
Like,
I'm
he was
30.
born in the 80s. Okay.
Yeah, 89. 88, sorry.
That's crazy. She would, yeah, that's weird.
That
Maybe
is
that's
weird.
a South Jersey thing. I don't know.
I don't know. I just think that, again, there was no one around to, hey, do you have this? Do you have that in place? Do you have a trust fund? Did you pull out an insurance policy on your 1-month-old baby so that it can grow? Like nothing. They didn't do none of that. None of that. All the shit we talking, they do not have.
That's crazy.
You're the one putting your toddler on
How she get the birth
LLC.
certificate? How she didn't get a birth certificate, but she had like health insurance?
I don't know.
That's so crazy. Wow. Well, white people, they don't really ask them that many questions. They just say, okay, you're white, we trust you.
I don't know. Like, and even in those days, like Steven, he needed an IEP, individual education plan, to keep him on track with his studies.
Somebody texted me that and I never responded.
But she didn't know what it was. Now we have YouTube, now we have these phones, right? But somebody that she knew was in social services and knew what an IEP was. So he started his IEP on time. And then by the time he was in 4th grade, he didn't need it anymore. He was integrated into a standard classroom. What's it say?
I don't know who this is, but I just never texted back because they were telling me something about some child's IEP, but this is a new number. So
Let me see.
I was like, damn, they must be texting the wrong person.
Wrong number. Hold up.
Because yeah, I don't. And it's a Philly number, so it's definitely from Philly. And if school starts in August, it's definitely Philly. School starts in August? Damn, I'm sorry for y'all. School don't start till September around here. I'm not texting it back because it's a short code, so I can't even.
Oh, it's not even a real number.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't violate any HIPAA laws because there's no one's name in here.
But that was weird to me. I was like, I didn't know schools send short codes for IEPs and stuff like that. I was like, okay, alrighty then.
And this is legit. IEPs and 504 plans. That's real.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It don't even say the name of the school. It just.
That's why I was like, I thought it was fake for a second. Because I'm like, okay. It's definitely fake. It's not regarding me because I don't know who child this is. But kindergarten families in Philly or whatever school you go to, school starts on August 25th. August 25th, that's early.
Poor kids.
That is so early.
Unless they get out early.
They do. They get out in May.
Okay, that works. As far as school, I'm looking forward to really doing as much home education as I can. People are very, very, very caught up and conceited on like school districts. I don't know what that's about. Like, I know it's like race, but like it can't. If I went, I don't know, I went to 10 different schools in 12 years in 3 different states. I turned out pretty smart.
You went to how many schools?
10 different schools in 12 years.
That's crazy.
That's just bouncing between parents and family members in foster care, 3 different states, sometimes more than once. Like that's just how it was.
No, I've never experienced. That's crazy. That's a lot. Because then you have to just keep making new friends over and over again.
Yeah. Some people I'm still friends with. So it's hard, but I'll figure it out.
That's crazy.
I'll figure it out for the kids. Did you always know that you wanted only 2, or you just let God do what it do?
I didn't want any. I didn't want any. I wanted to be the rich auntie, and then I got trapped by my daughter's father.
But wait, wasn't your daughter the one born with the IUD? She was holding it in her hand.
Yeah, like I got pregnant with an IUD, and then it just didn't make any sense.
She was
and I was on
holding it-
chemo.
Holding it in her hand.
They say that people like, oh, that shit is Photoshop. Oh, they put it in the baby hand after. No, they don't. Trust me. Ain't nobody saving the IUD for that. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put it in a little box and wait. So that, like, who does that? Like, no, they fucking don't. That shit was crazy.
So you got pregnant on chemo?
Yeah, I was on chemo and everything. I found out I was pregnant. I was 12 weeks and 3 days already pregnant.
Wait.
I have lupus, y'all. So
Yeah. I'm trying to put it together.
I was like, how am I pregnant?
How
and
am I pregnant?
the way I found out I was pregnant, I didn't even find out from like an OBGYN or anything. I went and got blood work done with my hematologist. And she's the one who called me and told me, yeah, I think you should make an appointment with your OBGYN. And I'm like, what? And then she's like, yeah, I don't know, but I'm seeing something in my blood. So then I make an appointment. And they're like, yeah, you're pregnant. Bitch, what? She was crazy.
Oh, they went to go look at your red blood cells and found a baby.
It was crazy. I'm like, oh my God. What? Yeah.
So how'd you find out the second time?
My son, girl, my period didn't come. Like my period just didn't come. And I'm like, and I was on birth control too, but I had like the ring, and that shit was bad. It gave me blood clots in my leg and everything. That shit was really bad. And I guess because you have to take it out at a certain period and put it back. And I put it back in. I'm like, my period didn't come. Like, why didn't my period come? Because I took it out and everything was period. So then I go take a test, and I just sit there and, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I started crying. Like I cried.
Oh my gosh.
And then I call my son's father, and I'm like, I'm pregnant. He was like, oh, okay, that's great. And I'm like, bitch, what? Hey, he was like, well, whatever you want to do, I support you. Da, da, da.
What a fuckboy thing to say.
Yeah, because it was bullshit. And then I was like, well, I'm getting rid of it. Deletus fetus. We gotta get this bad boy out. And it was during COVID. And because I have like a really low blood count, like I have anemia.
Yeah.
My blood count is really low because I was getting like blood transfusions like every 6 months. So I went to Camden's Planned Parenthood, right across the street from the hospital, was it Cooper or some shit?
Okay.
And I went to the Planned Parenthood over there, and they did like this little test or whatever. And they was like, yeah, we can't give you this abortion pill. And I was like, why? And she's like, your blood count is so low. She's like, I really don't even understand. How are you even living right now? And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, why are you not tired or nothing? And I'm like, no, my blood count was like a 5.5.
Yeah.
Out of 11.
Normal is 11. Yeah.
And my shit is 5.5 on the regular. So my body has gotten used to functioning that way. So to me, I'm normal. Like and everybody's like, yo, you're like a phenomenon. Like, how the fuck are you so active? And yeah. So she was like, if we give you this pill, you will bleed to death. Like, you can't take this. So you would have to get like a
clinical one,
elective surgery. And then she was like, you have to find somewhere to do it because right now with COVID, nowhere is doing these surgeries because anesthesiologists don't want to because of COVID. Girl, I called Robert Wood Johnson. I called Beth Israel. I called all these hospitals in Newark. I found one in Alexandria. Everywhere I went to, they were like, no. They were like, nobody's doing the surgery, especially because you have such a low blood count. Like, you would have to have blood on standby. I'm like, so I didn't have blood on standby. No, they wouldn't do it. So then my son's here.
Oh my God. I didn't know all that. I didn't know like I didn't know all of the story.
And my son's father was a piece of shit because I was like, okay, there's this we're gonna go to the place to get the abortion done. It was in Alexandria. I made it for a weekend. It was like a weekend appointment. So during the weekends, I would go down to Maryland because at the time we were in Maryland and everything, back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And I go down there, but this weekend, it's Mother's Day weekend. So I made the appointment for the following weekend.
Okay.
He's like, why would you make it for next weekend? There's too much time in between. We should go right now. I'm like, dude, it's Mother's Day. Like, why would I go get an abortion on Mother's Day? My daughter's like eating pancakes and shit. And I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. What person would do that? And he's like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Like, yo, like you're a horrible person, but yeah.
The hell? It's not funny, but it's funny.
Yo, now all I could do is laugh at it. Like,
What it said.
so I'm like, dude, it's Mother's Day. Why would I? But then he's like, well, that's what you want. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it on Mother's Day. Like, the fuck? Like, I can wait. But then we went the next weekend and they told me no.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
like, it defeated the purpose. If I went on Mother's Day, they probably would have said the same shit. So
Probably
yeah.
would have said the same thing.
Like, it is what it is. My baby's here now.
Yeah. So after you gave birth to your son, then you had your tubes tied.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because clearly birth control was never working.
it wasn't working for me. I got them clipped, burned,
Scoured
Yes.
across the desert.
out. We're done with this. Dunzo. We're not doing this ever again. Ever again. Because after I had my daughter, I almost died.
Yes.
I ended up getting pneumonia. I ended up in the ICU for like 2 weeks. Everybody thought I was gonna die. And then I came back and I had my son. And after I had him, it was like fucking deja vu. But that's not what happened. It was placenta previa. They left a piece of my fucking placenta inside of me. And I started like, girl, and I was like, yeah, nope. I'm not doing this. I'm not risking my life anymore. Because my biggest fear when I was pregnant with my son is that I would die after giving birth to him, and then my kids would be raised with no mom.
So when they delivered your placenta,
I had to go back into surgery after.
did they allow the placenta to be delivered naturally with contractions, or
Yeah, that's what they
okay.
said.
Okay.
I think they just didn't do it right. I don't know.
Because sometimes what will happen is they'll reach in and grab it, which is completely unnecessary.
Girl, I went to the bathroom and saw myself falling out of me. It was so bad.
Yeah, I'm aware of what it is.
It was all purple. I'm like, and they were like, oh God, come back, lay down. And I'm like, yo, it was bad. I've had a fever.
Remember your so-called discharge paperwork?
Girl,
That was a hot mess. They said you're going to be discharged at 7 a.m. They didn't feed her all day.
the whole day. And then it was like 3 o'clock. I was like, I'm leaving. It was like, oh, if you take the baby, we're calling security. I was like,
Call them.
I was like, I'll call security for you because I'm leaving.
They gave her the paperwork in the elevator.
I'm like, catch me downstairs because I'm out. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm the wrong one. Nurse, every time I go to, like, the first time I gave birth, the second time, they be scared of me. They're like, oh my God, she's so scary. Like, she's so mean. And I'm like, I'm not mean, bitch. I'm in pain. Like, I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna scream. Like, you should be used to this. But they're so sensitive. They think they take it personal or something. Nurses sometimes, like,
That's why I'm avoiding a hospital.
they take it personal. And where I had my daughter, I loved it, but I got sick after. I ended up getting pneumonia. But I had her up North Jersey in Livingston at St. Barnabas. My son, I had him in Galloway. And girl was the worst. Worst fucking hospital. The night nurses, I love the night nurses.
They're black.
They are amazing. You guys, woo woo. The day nurses, you bitches can go to hell. Because them
Yeah, you did
bitches,
say that.
they don't do shit. Like, they literally are lazy. They don't do anything. They literally will sit there and wait till the night nurses come in for them to pick up the slack. They are the worst fucking nurses. Galloway, you need to do something about that. But yeah.
Yeah. I guess we need some positive birth vibes. Hold on. You're my friend, so hold on. Let me bring some.
You're the one who needs the positivity.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not doing
I'm
this
feeling
again.
good. So I'm going to a birthing center. The birthing center is in between a hospital and at home. So basically, the birthing center is also married to one of the hospital networks out here. So all of the midwives and stuff, they are all employees of the hospital network, which is great.
Mm.
So they're all certified nursing midwives. And basically, I get like I guess it's like an ensuite where like I have a kitchen, I have a little living room, I have like a bed, I have a
It's nice
jacuzzi,
for you because
type thing.
you're not high risk or anything.
Correct. It's great for people who are not high risk.
I was high risk for both my pregnancies. It sucked.
But if you are high risk, you can still elect to have a midwife servicing and type of environment post delivery.
Mm.
So if I, in the middle of my birthing, have an emergency situation, they wheel you down to the other side of the building. And that's where all the C-sections and anesthesiologists are.
Oh,
Right. So it's all in one campus.
Oh.
But on my side, like there's no beeping, there's no machines. Sure, there's
Peace,
yes,
right.
it's very, very quiet. And I have to be there for 2 days postpartum. Which is, I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it being a nice little vacation.
Mm-hmm. It's not. You're going to be exhausted. You're gonna want to sleep the entire time.
I don't have to deal with my dog. I don't got to deal with
You're
my
gonna
cats.
be sleeping majority of the time.
That's what everyone's saying.
No, dead ass. Like you're dead
Like
ass.
sleep and breastfeeding. I remember
Yeah.
I remember you asked me what I was doing for my birthday in October, and I said breastfeeding and Kegels. Was
No, but that's literally the like right after you give birth and everything, all you're gonna want to do is just sleep. And then, well, at the hospital, nurses are annoying because they come in you gotta check your belly. And it's like, bitch, I'm trying to sleep, and everybody you want to touch on me. Stop touching me. I want to go. And they're like, oh, it's time to take the baby for this. Go.
take their ass.
Go. Sleep. Like, stop telling me. Just take them.
I'm cracking up. I wish I had money for a doula. Like that's like one of the things. Like I wish I had money
Like,
for a
what's the name?
doula.
Summer Walker had Erica Badu as her doula. That would be awesome. Imagine Erica Badu.
Imagine Erica Badu delivering y'all baby. Y'all.
The baby would be gifted.
Erica Badu.
Gifted and talented.
Erica Badu giving you perineal massage while you deliver your baby.
Oh my
Fantastic.
God. Yo, life. Like I can die now.
But I am looking forward to birthing, and what I'm doing is not unusual and it's not different. It's just for me. So
Are you gonna eat the placenta?
no, I'm not gonna do
I
that.
heard a lot of people do. My best friend was like, oh, I could turn it into a pill. I'm like, bitch, that's nasty.
Some people do send it out and they get it made into pills. You could add flavors to
That's gross. That
it.
is
To each their own.
that is disgusting.
To each their own.
I'm sorry.
But I have seen people bring the placenta home and they bury it.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't want to do
because
that
it's your
either.
child's identical twin.
I wouldn't want to
Think about it. Like they do like one person
I
on
don't like burying things because when you bury it, to me, it seems like it's permanent. Like it has to stay there forever. That's like my brothers, I got them cremated because, you know, if I go somewhere, y'all coming with me. I don't want to leave you behind.
right. I mean, some people freeze it and then when the baby is a year, then they bury it together. It's like a little, but it's your child's identical twin. Think about it.
Technically, or their form of life. Like this is what life is.
Nope.
Throw that shit away. And let the hospital take it.
Let the hospital take it. I do have a small issue. I am considering donating my placenta to science because I do carry a genetic disorder. So I would like to put forward some type of progress in science, especially with me being African American. The disorder is common most in Mediterranean and German heritage. But because I'm mixed race, Black, like, okay, maybe this is doing something separately for us and for the diaspora as a whole. So maybe there can be a little more information on it. So that would be helpful.
That is it. Yeah, that definitely would help.
So I'm considering that. I would like to. And like if it ever came to the part where like I did have a child who had tested positive for the disorder, which this baby is healthy and has not tested positive for it, I would still donate like the aborted fetus to like science to make sure, number one, progress is being made, but at the same time, that's not a life for a child. Yeah. Like what the disorder is, and I'll talk about that a different episode, but like it's not a life, and they wouldn't live very long anyway. They wouldn't live very long, and it wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's a good topic for another episode. That is definitely a good topic.
But it's challenging. But I've already known I had it. I knew I had it when I was 25. Now I'm 30. So like I already knew this existed. So I already knew to get my screenings and look for it. But boys get it. The girls are the carriers.
No.
So when I found out I had it.
Grandson.
Yep. So when I found out I had it, I had to tell my sisters. And I let them know we carry this thing. So before you have a baby, call me and I'll explain it again. But my mom told me that things are very hush hush, like out on the islands in Puerto Rico, like family members are very secretive about those type of things. So she said, yeah, I think somebody does have it. I think somebody did have it because there's a lot of secrets going on.
All families.
All families. But this pregnancy and this baby are very healthy, very good. I actually have no symptoms.
That's lucky.
I have no symptoms. I don't get headaches. I don't throw up. I'm getting bigger. So like it's harder to like do.
You didn't get the wobble yet though.
No.
I can't wait to see the duck walk.
I don't have that yet, but as soon as my hips hurt, I squat.
No.
I squat.
I used to have like a little ball and I used to roll on it to help with
I
my
want
back.
one of them, but
My back used
my
to
cats are gonna
hurt.
scratch that and pop it.
Oh yeah, them demons.
A lot of people don't like cats.
I do. I have a cat. Technically, it's just my ex has it.
This place fostered.
Technically, my ex has it right now. Violet, hi. I
Does that
miss you.
cat even like get like the proper attention from your ex?
Yeah, they're like this.
Oh,
That's why I'm like, it's cool. You can keep him for now, like because they're like this.
oh man.
Like everything is his cat. His cat. First of all, sir, this is my cat. I don't know why you keep talking about. Oh, I bought this for Violet, and I bought
For
that
some
for
reason, I
Violet."
just started
Like,
laughing because remember when he bought those goofball Super Bowl tickets?
that's what he gets. Karma,
He bought fake ass Super Bowl tickets.
karma.
How much did he waste?
That's I don't know.
48,000.
A whole lot of money, and that was his fault. Look at God. See how karma be playing.
He wasn't even gonna tell you he was planning on going. He never told her, oh, I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna go, I'm thinking about bringing these people. She was never invited. He just called her crying, oh, I bought fake tickets for the Super Bowl.
And I was like, well, look at that. Interesting.
I wish he found out when he got there though.
Oh, that would have been so lovely.
Because what was it, Arizona? Arizona was the Super Bowl.
Oh, and it would have been so lovely. He called me from Arizona. I'm like, yeah, what's up? It's like midnight over here. What are you talking about? And he was like, oh, yeah, I went to the Super Bowl and the tickets were fake. Oh, well, damn. That's
a shame.
That sucks.
He
I
found out.
wonder if he ever got his money back.
Definitely not. He
I
got
doubt it.
scalped.
Yeah.
He got scalped.
It is what it is. At least it wasn't my money.
He called you after the fact crying.
Wasn't my money. So.
And you were never invited. He had no intention to bring it.
I was like, well, I don't care. I don't know why you're telling me. You could have kept that one to yourself. There's some L's you should take in silence. Some L's just belong in silence, like lasagna. Or is that G? That's in silence.
Oh wait, yeah, G.
The G is silent. Same shit. We'll just call it lasagna.
Yeah. What happened to one of my girlfriends? She actually she was going to deposit some money from the business that she owns with her folks, and she ended up getting robbed. She just replaced the money in the deposit from her own money. She didn't even tell anybody.
I'd be so hurt.
Yeah.
I'd be so sick.
She didn't cry when she was telling it to me. I said, baby, I was very upset when she was telling it to me, but she just quietly replaced the money. She just quietly replaced it.
See, that's why you go into the bank to.
She just, it was one thing led to another. Basically,
I hate using the ATM for that main reason. I'd be terrified. I'd be like, my head be on a swivel. I'd be like, who's walking behind me? If you're walking behind me, I'm not even pulling my card out.
It just stuff. Yeah, some stuff you do in private. You keep it to yourself because that's gonna save you face. It's just like I'm just gonna knuckle.
It's a pride thing too.
I'm gonna knuckle it up and I'm gonna cry and I'm not gonna talk about this and I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm just gonna handle it.
Some people have like this full pride thing where they can't let people know they slipped up. I'm one of those people. I take my L's in silence.
But you can talk about it later with maturity if you're able. I feel like that's good.
Some L's I take to the grave.
To the grave.
You couldn't pay me to tell you what happened.
No. I do hope that the cat is okay. But since the cat,
I know he's okay. The crazy thing is, it's a he, and his name is Violet. Yeah, it was an accident.
What?
He's a Maine Coon. So when we got him, he was like really fluffy, and I'm the one. This was my cat.
So did you pay for that Maine Coon?
I got that cat for free.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it was in my backyard. The mom had the kittens in the backyard underneath our garage. So literally, we were feeding them, and then one of the kittens just came up to me and just stayed with me. So I was like, okay, well, you're mine now, and I didn't have a place to put it at the time because my daughter's technically allergic to cats. So I was like, okay, we'll leave it at his house. And so that's where we would always go see the cat. But now he's like fucking humongous.
Yeah.
And paws is like monstrous size.
A Maine Coon out in someone's yard? That's crazy.
Yeah. We live in a very white neighborhood, so
That's
That
crazy.
shit happens. There's a Havana Brown that's out there too. It's crazy. Expensive ass cats. I don't know how they're just outside.
I actually want my next cat. My dog, this is my first and last dog. I got the dog as a baby craving,
Oh,
and I learned my lesson. So,
because now she got the baby.
well, the dog, like she just puts me through shit. But I wanted a Savannah. I was looking at Savannah's.
They're really expensive, and there's
Yeah.
one that's literally wild outside my parents' house. So if you want it, you can try to catch it.
What the hell?
You can try to catch it.
No,
That's how I got the
I'll,
Maine Coon.
I'll pay my little $4,000 and keep it pushing. Thank you.
But when we got him, yeah, he was so fluffy that we thought it was a girl, so we named him Violet. And then when we brought him to get fixed and they shaved him, that's when they were like, "Oh, hey, Violet's
Surprise.
the boy." So
There's
yeah,
some testes in there.
he's a tranny. So
That's one thing my mom would always do is call gay people transvestites. I don't know why she kept doing that. It's like, mommy,
but what is a transvestite? Isn't it?
it's an old school term
Okay, because isn't technically the
for
same?
transsexual,
Okay, it's
but
not like it's
you-
technically the same.
but it's offensive. You cannot just
Oh,
say
is it?
that. Yes. You cannot just call somebody a
'Cause,
transvestite.
like, I love the shit. One of my favorite movies of all times. It's so weird.
Is it Holiday Heart?
No, because I'm a weirdo. I like musicals. It's a Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Oh yeah.
and he was a transvestite.
Yeah, but per the film,
Like,
per the time period, yes, that is a correct term. But you would never watch RuPaul's Drag Race and say, "Look at the transvestites." You can't say that
really?
because they're drag queens.
I did not. But okay, so what if they were actually a transsexual? Would you not say transvestite?
Then you would ask them, "What are your
Your
preferred
label,
pronouns?"
okay. But if they and they would not say, none of them would probably say,
Nobody would say, "I'm a transvestite."
"Hey, so that term is not a term anymore."
Correct. It's
Okay.
not politically correct.
I did not know that. I never thought of calling somebody a transvestite anyway. I'm like, that just seems really long. I'll just say trans. It's a long word. That's a lot.
Oh,
Trans.
what's the name? One of the congressmen just got in trouble for going on the House floor talking about the coloreds. Oh yeah, 2023. He said the coloreds.
Am I surprised?
He said the coloreds.
No, I'm not surprised. That's them. Made me thinking it. He thinks it all the time. It's
So,
just this time it came out.
I'm just putting it in context. That's how you sound. Right? Like so one of my favorite movies is Holiday Heart and Ving Rhames.
Holiday Heart. That's the one with the girl who was her mom was a crackhead and she was
Yeah.
trying to get her bike and she stole the
Yeah.
bike. Okay. I like that movie. Yeah, she got hit by a car.
Spoilers. You told the whole damn but Ving Rhames.
That's pretty much the whole movie.
Ving
y'all.
Rhames plays the character Holiday and he takes them in and he nurtures them and
Is he gay in real life?
Ving Rhames?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Cause isn't he the same one that played Bad Boy in Bad Boy?
Yes.
He is very masculine to be. That was he was definitely
I mean
getting into his career with
Ving
that.
Rhames, he's just doing everything. He was the stepdad of Baby Boy. He was one of the prominent Pulp Fiction.
Never seen it.
Pulp Fiction is hard to watch, but
I've never seen it. I've heard of it.
Pulp Fiction, he gets assaulted.
Wasn't it a Tarantino movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never
In
watched
Pulp Fiction,
it.
he gets assaulted.
It's
But he gets
really-
revenge though.
Is it really long? It's like 2-3 hours.
Oh yeah, Pulp Fiction is
that's why.
long.
Somebody told me that. I was like, it's 2-3 hours, but it's good. I'm like, yeah, 2-3 hours. You lost me. I'm not watching that. I can't watch Star
Say
Wars.
what? They
It's too
speak
fucking
English
long.
and what, motherfucker?
Ugh,
Listen.
I can't do those long.
Samuel L.
ass movies.
Jackson and that fro.
He was in there too.
He got the little fro.
Okay, I might need to watch it then. And he didn't say anything about. Well, does he look old?
He
in
said,
that
"Say
too?
what, motherfucker? Say what again? They speak English
On
and
this
what?
plane, There's so many goddamn snakes.
They speak
on
English in what? We're gonna get copyright."
They're like, stop talking shit about these movies.
Oh my god.
But, yeah.
But in Ving Rhames' career, so now he does like the Arby's and I think it was the ADT commercials for a little bit. ADT home commercials.
You did?
Ving Rhames does a lot. He's very diverse, but he don't be in the spotlight like that.
You see the guy who does the Allstate commercials?
That's somebody else.
Who is he?
Oh, he plays God in Lucifer.
I saw that. Yeah, that shit shook me. I was like, oh shit. I love that episode.
I don't know what type of coffee he brought Lucifer, but I needed a cup of that.
It had
whatever-
Henny in it.
Whatever type of
Bourbon or some
Arabica beans. I don't know, but that coffee and Lucifer
For some
was
reason,
looking
he's
so good.
fine. He's older, but he's just so fine. There's something about him that's like
You know
really
who else is fine?
attractive.
Do you know who Richard Gere is?
No.
Fine white man. Just
Oh,
so
yeah, you
handsome.
lost me at white.
Oh, sorry.
I don't find a lot of white men attractive.
I don't want to say I don't see color. I don't have a type. I don't have a type. I appreciate beauty in all genders and all skin tones
You have a type.
and cultures.
Everybody says they don't have a type, but they have a type.
My type is somebody who fucking listens, fucking follow directions.
Then that's not your husband. So
That's hard-headed ass.
See, I say I don't have a type, but I do have a type. I'm just trying to get away from my type because my type has not led me in the right path.
I just know when Saweetie was like, rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. And I was like,
So
yeah.
that's definitely my type, but not really.
But I should have
hate
started
rich
over.
men. I don't know if that's like a personal thing, preference maybe. I love the benefits of a rich guy, but I don't like being in a relationship with one because being in a relationship with a rich man is very hard.
I don't want to deal with that.
Women don't understand that part. Like it's either you get a guy who's broke with a lot of time, or you get a guy who's rich and has no
So
time.
me and Steven actually joke about this a lot because I have no problem fucking a rich guy or just being a little side piece right quick because I will sure take my money, go on a nice vacation with my husband and invest the rest.
Yeah, that's if you have a husband and he's okay with that, cool.
We laugh.
If not,
we joke about it all the time. We're dead serious.
Girl, me, it's stressful. I can't. I just be so like I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't know. This is not for me. And I'm like, you know what? I really don't need the benefits of the money because I make my own money. But yeah, I need compassion. That whole relationship with a rich guy thing is not for me. I will deal with somebody who is white collar, like blue collar.
Yeah, my honey.
Give me a union carpenter or some shit like that.
Honey,
I can do.
Yeah, my honey, he's very compassionate and very attentive. He's very sensitive.
So I will take that over the money.
Coins.
Yeah, I will take the love, the affection, the nurturing. Well, men aren't nurturing, but if he's gay, maybe. But yeah, I would definitely take that over money because money sucks.
You know what? I don't know what has gotten into me, but since he started his new little spot, so he got a new job where he has to be at work at 7 a.m. And I went out and bought him a lunchbox and some nice Tupperware, and I make him a hot breakfast and hot lunch every day. And I put it in the thermos.
That is sweet.
That is really cute. Isn't that
love
cute?
that.
And I put my ass right back to bed.
That's what I want for my marriage. If I ever.
But then I go to work after that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That part
that's
is
the part that doesn't sit well with me. I want the rich benefits without the rich benefits.
So we're just trying to make it work with the transition to our household and his hours. But yeah, I really pack him a lunch with ice packs and
maybe if I could get an old rich guy, like he's old and all.
Someone you don't have to train.
Yeah,
that's what it is because you
retired.
You be getting these young ones,
so he gets the time. Yeah, I get the young ones. I need one that's old, like maybe in his 60s. Anybody see me on Match? I'm available.
I should make a match. Like willing to be the side piece.
Like looking for a third.
I did joke about making a OnlyFans for my pregnancy though.
That you would definitely get a lot of hits because it's a whole fetish thing. I was saying I was gonna do one with my feet because I think I have pretty feet and guys are weird and they would definitely buy my foot pictures. I was like, what if I take pictures of all the feet that I do here?
You can post your shoes on Facebook Marketplace and foot people will want them.
That's not weird, y'all. That's not weird at all.
But how are they gonna pick up the shoes though? How are they gonna pick up?
They want me to FedEx it. It's like, yes, I could sniff inside your shoe. Like that's different.
Yeah. Throw some panties in there.
Oh, I saw that. Well, that's from Orange is the New Black where people stuff like.
Oh yeah, like panties. Sniffer and all that.
Yeah, they definitely do that, and that shit is not weird at all either, guys. Not weird at all.
Listen, you want to put your DNA out there to be out of crime scene?
I said that earlier today. We were talking, it was like, oh yeah, I did a 23andMe. And I was like, I would never voluntarily give my DNA to the government. It was like, oh, the government got your DNA from birth. No, they don't. But if I voluntarily give it,
I feel like they have bigger fish.
Yeah. No, but that's what I was saying. I was watching this thing on ID where this guy, he had like committed a murder like 23 years prior. And then he did a 23andMe or whatever the case is.
Right.
And then they matched his DNA to the crime scene. Like they end up opening up the case again and matched his DNA. And then it was like, oh yeah, your DNA dinged. You were the one who killed this child. 30 some years ago and arrested him. Like he was living his life like everything was normal.
I wish the government really did have people's what's the names, because going back to like our jobs, what we do like on a fiscal, like so many unsolved murders would be solved. So routinely they'll just go through the database and just run people's stuff, because with the new
Over and
technology,
over.
yep, they'll just
They should.
They do.
We're still trying to catch my brother's murderer. You bastard.
That's how they caught the Golden State Killer. The Golden State Killer was a retired cop. He ended up being a retired cop. And he was like, yes, girl. He was an old ass
Yeah,
man.
nothing better to do.
Well,
Sir, did you not
he
learn?
was doing the killings and rapings and robberies while he was young and on the force. So then they just kept running, stuff
That's
through
crazy.
the system.
And you thought you was never gonna get caught.
Yeah, and
Look
he was
at
just
stupid.
an old ass man. Like, yeah, I did it. The Golden State Killer,
After
California.
but at this point, like, you done lived your life and everything. I'm pissed. Like, you should die now. They should just kill him. Like, why don't let him sit in jail for even longer? He got to live this much and live his life nice and fruitfully.
So as soon as you get caught up doing any type of
all
stuff like
types of
that,
his fun.
they take your pension. They
That's
take all
not
that
enough.
stuff. It's
That's
not
not
enough,
enough.
but I'm just explaining like they do. So if the government really did have everybody's DNA, wouldn't everybody be caught?
That's what I'm saying. They don't have that unless you voluntarily hand it over to them, which I will not do. I'm okay with my lineage of how far back I know. My mom and my dad taught me enough. Thank you, parents.
I feel like I might be related to some weirdos for real. Have you ever seen We Killed a Fly, you guys? Did I what was that movie? The Invitation. Have you ever seen that? Vampire movie?
No.
Oh man, I love vampires, by the way.
I hate them.
Oh,
I'm a werewolf person.
she gets revenge and kills them all, if that makes you feel better. It's in the trailer. They tell you.
I've never seen it. Where is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix now, but it came out this past October, and the unrated version is better. So I just paid for the unrated version in the airport while I was going on my trip. But
yeah, right now on Netflix we're rewatching Insecure for the 5th time. Such a good series.
Rewatching.
You never watched Insecure?
What is that? A crime drama?
Insecure?
What is that?
It's a drama. It's like a life drama. It's just like
no
life that you can relate
what you
to.
need to watch is go on Tubi and you need to watch The Dirty D.
Girl, I seen that. It was Troy here watching TV movies. He's like, girl, what the fuck? Yo, this shit is hilarious.
Dirty D was
Like-
ghetto as hell, but I loved it. But they kept it real. She was like, eat my coochie if you want to keep your job.
Girl, it's
And
hilarious.
she ate it. Munch somebody's box and rape them.
When I was watching where she was like their therapist and she was trying to steal bitches men as their therapist. Like she was drugging them and then taking pictures with them and they're like, oh, if you don't actually sleep with me, I'm gonna tell your wife.
Oh my
You're
God.
her therapist. Like, what
the hell? Tubi is shot out.
The movies be crazy. And I'm like, yo, like
Listen.
the acting. No. And I was like, I was telling there was this guy I was talking to, right?
Right.
And he's from this area too. And we were kicking it and I was feeling him for a while. But then he has trauma that he needs to get resolved because that whole you see like how men were like, oh, I'm not chasing a female, blah, blah, blah. I want you to give me that same energy.
Alpha male YouTube.
Yeah, give me that same energy. But then when it's on them, they want to shut down and then they be like, I'm like, hey, I haven't heard from you in like a few days. Oh, well, when I feel in a mood, I disappear from everybody. Da 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 da. So you want me to chase you?
You're clinically depressed.
Like, why is that a thing? And he's like, oh well, when I get like this, I appreciate when people just reach out and check on me. Why should I have to do you, nigga? You're 38 years old. I'm not doing that.
You just said don't chase me.
Yo, like make it make sense. I'm not doing that. So that's why that fell through. But
yeah, TikTok,
he was like he's into like the videography and filmmaking and blah blah blah. So when I was telling him, oh yeah, I'm getting into this acting thing and I have this management person, he's like, you should start off with Tubi movies because that's how you get your foot in the door to Netflix. But, sir, I'm not about to embarrass myself on Tubi.
Listen, all the girls on Dirty D, I think like 90% of them, they all got banging bodies, bang shapes, but they all have BBLs. Like, I want to see somebody regular, like just like a little stomach, little flat booty,
Girl.
little song.
That's what he was like, oh, they would love you on Tubi. I'm not doing that. Don't embarrass me like that. I'm not going straight to
He
Tubi.
straight told you to go to Tubi.
I don't know if I should feel insulted or are you trying to.
But Tubi,
Like-
Tubi is it. Like I really enjoy going to
go
Tubi.
straight to Tubi. And majority of the stuff that's on Tubi is like from the hood, like from Philly, Chicago. Like it's all these, because I be watching some of these shows and I'm like, yo, I've seen this girl before. And then I'm like, oh, yo, she's from Philly. Like I definitely know who this person. I'm like, I swear I got her as a friend on Instagram. And I'm
my
like, yeah,
gosh.
I'm not going straight to Tubi, yo. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I have standards for myself. I want to be on Netflix. Like, put me straight to Netflix, but don't put me straight to Tubi.
I would love to be modeling and acting, but I just think that my appearance is just too unique. Like I have
mine is too, but they said slap a wig on because they was like,
I
oh,
just-
your hair is orange. You need to dye it black. No, I'm not doing that. Black is boring. I don't like black hair.
and my face is tattooed, so it's a wrap. It's over for me.
Well, you could play like an indigenous person in a movie.
I am an indigenous person.
But then they're not gonna get you. They're gonna get the white person, tan her, and then put it on her.
Damn. Facts. Facts. That's exactly what they're gonna do.
Like the whitest person in, you need a tan. Like, come on, you couldn't get anybody else.
Listen,
The same way they got a non-Jamaican to speak the Jamaican role of Sebastian in The Little Mermaid. Like you couldn't get anybody else. There was a whole Trini lady in the movie. You couldn't get any other Jamaican to actually be the Jamaican in the movie. Okay, makes sense.
right? And to the American ear, maybe a Trini and a Jamaican accent
sounds the same. It's the same. No, it's not the same.
No.
This guy wasn't even from the West Indies whatsoever. He sounds horrible. It was a horrible job. I actually did not like The Little Mermaid. I'm gonna be devil's advocate.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen.
Girl. It's not like I like the concept. I liked everything. I just didn't like how Sebastian and Flounder looked. I didn't like it at all.
Well-
and I get it, live action. I hate that live action bullshit. I hate that. Like The Lion King, hated it.
Yeah, Lion King was a little odd.
Hated
They
it.
went too realistic with it.
Oh my god, this shit pissed me off. I'm like, look at this bullshit.
You want to hear something really cool though? The original Lion King from 1992, 4, it almost didn't happen.
Really?
Yes, it almost didn't happen.
And I love that Lion
The
King.
senior animators, I actually went to high school with a gentleman who's actually an animator at the
Lionsgate
at
Disney.
Disney Studios. Yeah, he did Raya, he did Thor 4, he did
Oh wow.
he did a bunch. He did Wreck-It Ralph. He did a whole bunch of stuff, but we went to high school together. But back in the day, Disney's senior animators, they all wanted to do Pocahontas because it was their idea at the time that Pocahontas is going to be the big thing. Like this is going to be the big movie for this year.
I love Pocahontas too.
So Algonquin people are not happy with Pocahontas, and that shit blew up in their face. Cultural appropriation.
I loved Pocahontas.
It was a nice movie. Is it about?
But is that the case? Because like, how is it cultural appropriation? They could say the same shit about Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan was a real person too, and so Mulan was a real person.
Mulan, I hated it too because I would have liked it if they had what's his name?
I think the actress who played Mulan just passed away.
She did.
I think she passed away.
She wasn't in the American version. She was in like the Japanese version or something like that. But it wasn't the American Mulan actress.
Oh, okay.
But if they had what's his name in the Mulan was doing a tongue thing.
Oh, you nasty.
He was like, she was like, oh, this lizard. He's like, I'm not a lizard, I'm a dragon. I don't do that tongue thing. Whatever his name is, Mushu. That was his name.
Oh,
Mushu.
but it wasn't paid by Eddie Murphy this time.
Yeah, it was. He wasn't even in it. They didn't even have a Mushu.
They didn't want to do it.
They made a serious, like they made a live action Mulan, and they didn't even put Mushu in it. It was terrible. It was just literally fighting and all this nonsense.
First of all, because Eddie Murphy has a chateau in front of his castle.
He made.
I will say it again. Eddie Murphy's so rich, he has a chateau in front of his castle. The
Ooh.
chateau is where the guests go. That's where the cameras, low visitors go.
I like
the castle's for his like actual family.
I wouldn't let them in either.
Yeah, Michael Jackson had the same thing. He had like a little guest house in the front, all the little Neverland Ranch bus people taking pictures, but he had a real house in the back.
Oh,
So like
that's a lot of land.
yes, and that's what he did. Anyway, so Lion King almost didn't happen because they put the interns and the new hires on Lion King project. They're like, all right, just make this fucking Hamlet ass lion looking motherfucker thing. Right. So then two big things happened. They had to go to Africa, to Kenya, I believe, to get their reference photos and the materials and language, Swahili and all that. Right. Second thing that happened is a hurricane came and destroyed the studio that the interns were working in. So the interns were working on The Lion King in their living rooms, like going to people's houses and stuff, and like working on the movie.
And that movie took off.
And that shit took off.
The circle of love.
Because you do not see.
I had the DVD. I didn't have the DVD. I had the cassette. Now I got the DVD.
What? There's 4.
And
one,
only,
2, 1 and a
I
half.
don't care about one.
And
I don't. All those other ones do not.
You don't.
Those
You don't like 1 and a half?
No, I didn't even know there was
1 and a half is hilarious. It's from
crazy.
it's from Timon and Pumbaa's point of view, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, I only know one.
Timon and Pumbaa had a whole TV
All the
show.
other ones never existed.
Timon and Pumbaa had a whole TV show.
That's great. I did not.
Now they're
know
making a Mufasa prequel, so it's gonna be 5.
See,
movies.
they just be doing too much.
Okay, but where's Pocahontas though?
She couldn't make another one because they said it was cultural appropriation.
Thank you.
They were trying to be nice.
They
and
made
said
two-
they're
they
not gonna bother
They
nobody.
made 2 Pocahontas, and then they stopped.
They did.
They made a second
See, I
Pocahontas.
didn't know that either. I thought it was just one. I don't be keeping up then because I thought it was.
Pocahontas didn't even marry John Smith's crazy ass.
She really didn't.
She married somebody else
But that
and died of tuberculosis.
America will never actually. Was it? No, it wasn't tuberculosis.
She had tuberculosis.
Pneumonia.
Of the lungs. Something with the lungs, y'all. It took her.
Something. I don't know. She died.
She passed away, unfortunately.
Or was it hay fever? Because you know how the
She passed away in England. She didn't pass away here.
hay fever.
She never made it back here. But
But I think of
It's-
how long have.
I have no idea.
Oh my god, it's like an hour and a half now. It should be past. that.
No, I got here at 5:30.
Yeah, we didn't start till like 5:45.
Okay.
It's definitely like 2 hours, I think.
You want to call it?
Yeah, y'all. I think we talked your ear off enough.
Shay Ortiz. Follow me on Instagram.
Don't follow me, but my name is California.
Don't follow me.
My page is public anyway, so if you follow me, you follow me. But Californication,
Period.
I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the screen. So
Okay.
you're gonna see it there.
All right, guys. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. Listening. to
Till
our
next
nonsense.
time. Till
All
next
right.
time.
Be back next week.